Support for Steppin Out comes in part from the Kristovich family in honor of Mary Lou and Bill Kristovich. This program is sponsored in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support the arts and culture in the greater New Orleans area.
Good evening, I'm Peggy Scott Laborde and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, Poppy Tucker, host of the radio program Louisiana Eats, airing twice weekly on WWNO. Welcome, hello, welcome back. Michael McKelvey, yay, artistic director of Tulane Summer Lyric Theater. And welcome once again, Mr. Michael. And we have a special number from their upcoming production of Matilda later on in the show. Author Liz Williams, founder of the Southern Food and Beverage Museum, here to talk about her brand new book, Unique Eats and Eateries of New Orleans. Hello, Ms. Liz.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And later on in our program, we'll be visiting with Tree Adams, musician and composer of music for the network series NCIS New Orleans. He'll be performing alongside his band, the NOLA Dag Squad, all composed of New Orleans musicians. Alan Mason returns on August the 16th. But first up, Poppy.
It's Duck Fest at Gabrielle. So this only runs through the end of July. So all of the duck lovers must get together and rush over there in Orleans to see the Sauniers. You have a choice between happy hour menu items, but they also have a $65 tasting menu. And just get ready for these duck dishes. How about diving duck scallops, which are seared sea scallops wrapped in duck bacon, who knew there was such a thing, with a ginger tomato compote on stone ground grits. Oh my God, is that good. There's a duck galantine, of course, with fried saltines. Only Greg would fry his saltines. Duck wings glazed in honey mustard and cherry bounce. Duck sausage and goose gumbo. Duck confit, sticky duck sliders with hoisin sauce. And for dessert, you just have to laugh. Cinnamon teal ice cream with webbed lace cookies. And those Sauniers, you know, they had a little water on July 10th. And there is a hilarious video. Well, they were only out for one day. But there's a video. They had all these little rubber duckies made for the Duck Fest. And they're floating in the water in the restaurant. It was something. So go over quick. And diners that order the tasting menu qualify on an August 1st raffle for goose down blankets and pillows, of course.
That's a precious little restaurant, too.
Oh, and the food's
so comfortable.
Fantastic.
And really great service, and of course, the food.
Of course. So also at Willa Jean's, a new summer menu. They're serving summer hash with sweet potatoes, new potatoes, peppers, onions, chili cream, pepitas, and sunny up eggs, of course. Corn and crab chowder. There's chicken salad on a croissant with arugula, pecans, roasted chicken, and a poppy seed dressing. And oh my goodness, for dessert, a roasted peach pavlova that has blackberry bourbon brown sugar ice cream. And there's also great frozen drinks. It's so hot. So how about a frosé, y'all, which of course is frozen rosé, or frozen strawberries and cream, or a frozen blackberry mint julep, or frozen lemonade with cathead vodka. Sounds good to me. And it's summertime, and we all want to go on vacation, but if you can't, you can take a virtual vacation with Allison Vega Knoll out at Station 6. She's hopping from island to island, 6 in total on her culinary voyage. This weekend, she's starting with the Bahamas with snapper ceviche and curried conch and guava sorbet. Her next stop, that starts July 30th, is Cuba, where you can get whole grilled snapper, rum raisin rice pudding, and of course mojitos. And then she moves on to Jamaica on August 6th for dark and stormy cocktails, red stripe beer, shrimp roti salad, conch stew, and jerk pork. Haiti comes next with an oxtail stew and a lambi salad, fried conch over greens, and a drink called crema, coconut milk with dark and light rums and lime. And then Puerto Rico, of course, with pina coladas and shrimp sofrito. And then their last stop is where it all began for the Knowles, Antigua. August 27th through September 1st, a rum punch, of course, spicy mango, lobster, and avocado salad, curried goat, and coconut rum cake. Yum! And then I also want to remind everybody that Friday nights, if for some reason you want something to do before stepping out, from 6 until 7 p.m. at Cafe Noma, the Artful Palette Summer Cooking Series continues. It's free with museum admission, and that takes place through August the 23rd, every Friday. And there's deals in Cafe Noma. You can get $10 flatbread pizza and a glass of house wine, $10, or $5 wines and $7 artful cocktails, all at Cafe Noma.
That's a good deal.
And fun, so fun. It's our good friend, Chef Chris Montero, cooking up a storm.
Very sweet man.
Fun. He's
You
great.
bet. Well, oh my goodness, Miss Liz, okay, as the founder of the Southern Food and Beverage Museum, one of the many hats that you wear, but you've had time to write quite a few books, and this one must have been very challenging because how do you choose? What's the criteria for the restaurants that are in your book, which we'll show as we chat?
Well, so this was called Unique Eats and Eateries, and so that's what I was looking for. Not just a place where the food was excellent, but a place where you could go and have an experience that you might not be able to have someplace else. So that means everything from a trip up and down the river to going to the oldest restaurant in the United States or something like that. So we try to cover everything because there's so many restaurants in this town that you need something to help you kind of navigate through them.
Here we go. Yeah, and I love, there's Andrea's Ossobuco, a real signature dish there.
Yes.
And Giacomo's, and that's a unique place, that's for sure.
Totally, yes.
I'm glad that you included, and here we go, we're going throughout here, it's a great idea. I'm glad you also included Charlie's Steakhouse, because it still has that old world ambiance as well, doesn't it? And Vacherie, yeah. But that had to be kind of hard, though, you know?
Well, you know, as they say, somebody had to do it, right?
Right, exactly.
You know, it was really a lot of fun to do it because, of course, I ate at more places than made it in, but it was really a whole lot of looking at what's available, what's not, what are people going to be able to only find in New Orleans, and that was really what I was looking to do.
Now you're going to be at the East Jefferson main branch of the library in West Napoleon, huh?
That's right, on Tuesday evening, the 30th, and so we'll be talking about the book, a little bit about the food culture of New Orleans, and I'll be signing books.
Okay, and we can always come see you at Southern Food and Beverage if we need a book signed or
That's
maybe buy some other
absolutely
things
right.
and go see Southern Food and Beverage. The most wonderful place on Aretha Casa Haley Boulevard in Melpomene? Is that
No, it's
what's the
between,
sign?
it used to be Melpomene, now it's Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King, of course. I know that. Okay, so MLK and OCH.
Yes,
right.
that's right.
But what a wonderful place to spend some time and see so many wonderful reminiscences of local restaurants and culinary traditions in New Orleans, though.
It's really the only museum where you can eat and drink in the museum. In fact, you're encouraged to do so.
Right.
And Isaac Toops is just next door with his hot cracklins and cold cocktails.
Absolutely. Congratulations on your
Thank you
success.
very
though.
much.
And New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Janelle Omer identified a snack thrown from floats, a riverfront walkway, and a former mayor that all share the same name. The answer is moon. Moon pies, moon walk, and moon lantern. Now tonight's question. All right. One beer was once brewed on Tulane Avenue. The other was brewed in the French Quarter along the riverfront. Name the beers. Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prize is a year subscription to Louisiana Life magazine, an apron with the message "Soy to the World" from our friends at wearablevegetables.com, and a pair of, this is such a deal, a pair of free admission passes to either the Audubon Zoo, Aquarium of of the Americas or the Butterfly Garden and Insectarium. You can go to WYES.org for our online calendar, including a free Armand St. Martin concert coming up, filled with songs and stories about New Orleans. The concert is actually a part of the Trinity Artist Series, and it will be taking place on August the 4th from 5 to 6 p.m., that's right, at 1329 Jackson Avenue. Also, the Louisiana Children's Museum will be closing its big blue doors tomorrow, and that will be the final day at 420 Julia Street in that location, opening to the public, because as you probably know, they're going to City Park, but the fun begins tomorrow at 9 a.m. There'll be a countdown to closing at 1:45 p.m. But yes, indeed, the museum will be moving to a new location in City Park behind NOMA this September. You can also link to WYES's YouTube channel to see our program. Now, earlier today, Tree Adams, the composer for the TV series NCIS New Orleans, stopped by to visit and performed with his band, the NOLA Dag Squad. Let's take a look. Tree Adams scoring music on a weekly basis with NCIS New Orleans. Obviously, I know that you evoke the New Orleans feel. How do you do that?
Well, we try and record a lot of players from down here. We try to imbue the palette with, some of the flavor from what you hear down here, which is to say, like a lot of horns, more of an organic ensemble kind of flavor in general. And probably the way we approach some of the mixing, and when we put the music together, we're trying to keep it sort of raw and natural feeling, as opposed to sort of glossy and sounding in the box.
Now, I know you're based in LA, and so you come down here a few times a year. You've been doing this for, 3 seasons now?
Yeah, a few seasons, and I try to come down, as often as possible to record with people down here, and I'm always looking to kind of meet new musicians and incorporate as much sound from the city as possible. And
well, there's of course traditional jazz, there's rhythm and blues, and all kinds of stuff in between. But your background, you play with the Allman Brothers Band and Jimmy Cliff. That's pretty versatile.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of different styles as a touring musician, but as a composer, I do projects that are more orchestral. I do hip hop projects. I'm kind of all over the place. So I'm kind of a musical journeyman. So I'll just take it wherever I can.
So I know you've done a lot of TV series. Where do you compose? Do you have a studio in your house, or when are you thinking about all this?
I have a recording studio at home where I do a lot of writing. I have a recording studio, like an office, where I've got like a small team helping me out, some really talented guys. And so I do write at home, especially when I want to try and hang with my family. And then we'll do sessions, whether it's like a small ensemble or horns or strings, at the other spot.
Well, of course, this is the Dag NOLA Band. What does Dag mean?
In Los Angeles, I got a band called Dagnastropus.
Okay.
Sort of the mythological creature that fell out of the sky on my head. And so a lot of those songs I brought down, and I put together a band of great, incredible local musicians, and we call it the NOLA Dag Squad.
So Sunday night at DBA, starting at around 10.
Yeah, we'll be doing it Sunday.
Well, please introduce our band here.
Absolutely. We got Omari Neville over there, singing, playing some percussion. Mark Braud on the trumpet, and Mr. Donald Ramsey on the bass.
All right.
That's
pretty illustrious.
Some really incredible, incredible
all these guys
musicians.
keep pretty busy. What are you playing for us tonight?
Tonight we're going to play this song, Jinx Tattoo.
That who wrote?
That I wrote.
All right. Take it away. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's hear it.
Every day I wake up in a cold sweat day. I got a jinx tattoo up on my forehead. A cruel mirror is there as if to mock me. I dip into the river, I never come clean. It's a jinx tattoo and a wide-eyed fool to prove it. Tell me what did I do to be the wide-eyed fool? before you. Tell me what did I do to be the wide-eyed fool and get the jinx tattoo? I take a walk each morning on hot coals. It's mind over matter, but the matter is toasty. And so I stumble through the maze of another long day, a limp in my stride and a price on my head, a jinx tattoo and a wide-eyed fool to prove it. Tell me what did I do to be the wide-eyed fool that you see before you? Tell me what did I do to be the wide-eyed fool and get the jinx tattoo?
Wow. Once again, you can see Tree Adams and the NOLA DAG Squad this Sunday, July 28th at 10 p.m. at DBA on Frenchman Street. Admission is only $5. Go to DBA New Orleans for more info. And now it is time for our Artist Spotlight. Tonight we are highlighting the work of Nigerian artist Nike Okunde. An exhibit of her work is on display at Xavier University through September the 9th, Monday through Friday in the administration building of the Art Gallery. Nike's works are permanently featured at the Smithsonian. She is a survivor of domestic violence and a champion for rural women's rights. Nike will be visiting Xavier University in September. And now, though, Michael, you are the busiest guy, especially in local theater in the summer. All the three Tulane Summer Lyrics, plus there was Lagniappe at the beginning.
Yeah, so really 4 productions
Pirates
and then
of
3
Penzance
youth
early.
productions, and yeah.
Yes, plus you teach on occasion?
Plus I teach on occasion, yeah.
Wow, how do you, I mean, obviously you're working months in advance to get all the prep.
Yeah.
When do you have auditions? And,
For Lyric, we audition in February.
Oh, okay,
And then
so
it takes
pretty
us
far.
about 3 months to get all the cast together. And to get cast together for 4 songs, or 4 shows, it's quite a juggling act. So.
Well, what a season you've already had between 42nd Street, She Loves Me, even with Tropical Storm Barry, and maneuvering the performances.
Yeah.
You all did 2 performances in one day.
We did 2 in one day. We ended up
That's
doing 4
tough.
total. We had to scrap our preview, but we got 4 in. And
That's a big show. That was a lot to do, 2 shows.
it was a
at
lot.
once.
and then the Pirates of Penzance we did as our lagniappe, that ended up being this extravaganza. 36 people on stage, fully costumed, orchestra on stage. Started out this small little endeavor, and I just let it get away from us a bit.
Jeez. Well, tell us about Matilda. This is a coup to have this, isn't
This
it?
is great. I've been after the rights for Matilda for 3 years. You kind of have to wait till they become available. The minute they did, I called a friend in New York, and he said, I think we can get it for you. And so we were the first professional company in the state to get it. So we're really excited about
And
it.
this tells the story of a little 13-year-old
Yeah,
girl.
the Road Doll book. And it follows the book pretty much to the letter, with an amazing score by Tim Minchin, who a lot of his great pop writer, and then also an award-winning novel or book to the show by Dennis Kelly.
Now you have 2 Matildas. Tell us about that.
So we're doing, counting our preview performance, 6 straight performances. So on Broadway, they had 4 different Matildas and a couple of understudies. We have 2 dynamic girls, and they're going to flip off from night to night. That's Ellie, Bono, and Savannah, Fouchi.
Okay, and what is the number we're going to hear?
Naughty, which is kind of the heart and soul of what Matilda is all about.
All right, and now, though, it is time to hear the song Naughty, performed, as we said, by Ellie, Bono, and Savannah, Fouchi. They are accompanied by the ever-talented musical director, Jefferson Turner.
Jack and Joe went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were rich in that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet, 'twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of their hopes of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we're told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. In the slip of a bolt, there's a tiny revolt, the seat of a war in the creak of a floorboard. A storm can begin with the flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs the mightiest sting. Every day starts with the tick of a clock. All escapes starts with the click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout, 'cause if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
Ooh, so darling, too. Don't miss Matilda. And of course, that's running from August the 1st through August the 4th at Dixon Hall at Tulane University. Go to summerlyric.tulane.edu for tickets. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you.
And now time for our picks, Poppy.
Tomorrow, a new festival, Taste of Africa at the Deja Vu Food Park on Religious Street. And then next weekend, set your DVRs. Don't miss Chef Isaac Dupe's Food Network show, Kitchen Takeover premiere next Saturday night.
How exciting for him.
How exciting for them.
Michael.
And in honor of Matilda, I'm going to suggest you go see 3 shows this weekend, all performed by the Youth of New Orleans. Shrek over at Tulane, and then Rivertown's doing Seussical, and then over at JPAS they're doing My Fair Lady.
All right, Liz.
Well, this weekend we have a lot going on at the museum. So I think what people should do is come for the book signing on Saturday, and on Sunday we have a meat class, part of our meat lab, and that's something not to be missed.
All right, great. Well, earlier this summer, we should tell you that New Orleans lost one of its best-loved voices and gifted writers with the passing of Ronnie Burgess. He was a good friend to WYES over the years, narrating and writing several pieces and documentaries. And in his memory, during the month of August, Channel 12 is rerunning a one-hour special, Remoulade Reflections, which features some of his earliest TV features. Here's a clip from one of them about the Mississippi River.
We came along too long after the Egyptians made the Nile sacred to deify the Mississippi. But the Sioux Indians were smarter than us. They called it the Father of Waters, and it was both father and mother to New Orleans. It gave us birth, it nourished us, it made us matter. Along the way, it did other things for us. It was the Royal Highway for King Cotton, and it gave us plantations, people whose ideas at time had passed before they had even thought of them. But it's easy to see how these people could get caught up looking backward. Out here, the river makes a loop of time, and if you daydream just a little, the loop can snag you. Some things enchant us because we think they are close to what we are. But I think this river enchants us because it is what we are not. It keeps its own mind. It always fulfills its promise. And it never, never takes a dim view of itself, even at night. Every day, nature lays 1,000 wonderful things under our eyes, and we manage to ignore most of them without any trouble. But every so often, it gets a little tougher.
Special thanks to Channel 4 and photographer Brian Lucas, who worked with Ronnie on those pieces and on the show Remoulade Reflections. You can see it next Thursday, August the 1st at 9 p.m., and then several other times throughout the month. You can also see those times on your screen, of course. And now time for my picks. The Bastille Day block party on Esplanade in front of Café Degas has been rescheduled for tomorrow, July 27th, including live music and an arts market and a costume contest. Begins at 4:45 in the 3100 block of Ponce de Leon, right there at Esplanade. Don't miss the free screening of the film Bayou Maharaja at the Orpheum Theater Thursday, August 1st at 7 p.m. on Roosevelt Way. By the way, the film is done by Lily Kleber, and she has won numerous awards and focuses on the life and music of local piano legend James Booker. Looking ahead, Satchmo Summerfest begins August the 2nd and runs through the 4th at the New Orleans Jazz Museum at the Mint. Daily admission is $6. Go to SatchmoSummerfest.org for more information. Thank you so much for watching, and good night. Bye-bye. Thank you all.
This program is sponsored in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support the arts and culture in the greater New Orleans area. Support for Steppin Out comes in part from the Kristovich family in honor of Mary Lou and Bill Kristovich.